Hello, my jewels and gems, my precious stones, my undiscovered diamonds. Welcome to my channel. Today's topic, I'm just gonna get right into it. I don't believe that I'm above anything that I could recommend on my channel. As a matter of fact, the whole point in me starting my channel was to inform people of how my experience was in the job seeking environment, as well as the on-the-job environment, to improve my skills. And having said that, I did a video a while ago about certifications and just encouraged everyone to research the certifications required for your job and go after it, no matter what it was, no matter what industry it was, no matter what level you were on. And I took my own advice shortly after I recorded the video and uploaded it. I was presented with an opportunity to gain my second certification and to actually test for it and pass the test and gain it. And these opportunities, again, when they come to you, a little nugget of a recommendation I would always say is take them seriously and take your time to do your research, to study, and so you can pass those exams or pass those tests or pass those certifications, because those opportunities don't come by that often. A lot of times when many companies and organizations, and when they're presented to you, you have to do your best. You have to go after it and achieve that goal right then, because somebody saw something in you to offer that to you. There's some type of skill you possess they believe that their certification could build on. And when it was presented to me through a professional organization and a board that I sit on, I was very gracious and humble and thankful for it, because I feel like someone saw in me the opportunity to pass the exam. I was not the first person it was offered to. I will say that sometimes you're not going to be the first person it was offered to. I was not, and that was okay with me, because there were others that could very well benefit that before I did. And just knowing I was on the list, that I would eventually get my opportunity, was very humbling to me, and I'm very thankful for that opportunity. I did, like I told you all, I recommended it to you all. I researched the information that was going to be on the exam. I bought a book with the information that was on the exam that expounded upon it. I printed out all the free material I could get. I made sure I bought a book with not only the material that would be on the test or could possibly be on the test, but I bought a book that had practice questions after each chapter and scenarios and exercises that could help me come test day. And I also got with the book some practice tests too, and I took some practice tests as well, just like an initial assessment to see what I did and didn't know. That way I know what to focus on and to study on. And I took it back old school from my college days. I got highlighter marks, and I marked what my strengths were, my weaknesses, and I notated them on my little book. I notated everything in color code. Can't help it. That's just my process. I had a color for strengths, a color for weaknesses, a color for the information that was possibly going to be on the test, a color for test questions, practice questions, scenarios. And I just studied. I didn't have a lot of time to study. I actually had about 10 weeks to study for an exam. People study for 6 months or longer. And it was not easy. It was a hard test. The test was 4 hours long. And again, I took my own advice. I made time to study. I studied in the pickup line for school. I studied a few minutes on my lunch breaks. I studied on the weekends. I studied when the house was quiet on Saturdays and Sundays, and everyone was at the moment where, okay, they're still. because I did not have a lot of time to study or to dedicate to studying, because I have a life. I have a full-time job. I have a spouse. I have a child. So I know that's what a lot of people's lives look like. So I had to be very intentional and purposeful with every moment I got in the day. I believe on the test prep information, it said study 40 to 60 hours to be at an adequate level of possibly passing. That's true. But what also helped me was my knowledge and my work experience. A lot of the things that were on the test I faced before. There was one section which was a global business section that I can't say I've experienced before, but I know people who have and who work in the global arena and have been expatriates, which is, you know, people who went out of the country and came back, who've been placed in other countries on assignment for 2 weeks or a few years. I even know military people who've done that, but not in a global business setting. Their purposes were for things that were different. So I had no knowledge of that. And again, that was my weak area. I had to really study that area and make sure I stayed committed to learning that, so that come test day, I wouldn't feel weak. A lot of times we don't give ourselves enough practice and study time to build our confidence. Again, we want our confidence to be built. My purpose for this channel is to build your confidence. I know what built my confidence, and I can tell you what built my confidence, and hopefully it will help you build yours. But the more I studied about the global business environment related to human resources, the more confident I felt that I would go into test day and ace that part of the section. I did everything, again, back to the basics from high school and college. Process of elimination with the test questions, marking the ones that I feel like I was spending a little too much time on to get to the next question, going back and reviewing, trusting my instincts, trusting what I have gone through experience-wise to pass these tests and incorporate it with the information that the test providers and the test writers had there for me. And again, the test was 4 hours long. I believe I took 3 hours and 57 minutes. Proudly, because I passed. I did. And these are things that, again, I encourage everyone to do. I did not want to let the people down that gave me the opportunity. So in my mind, I visualized what that would look like. And I said, no, this is not going to happen. I'm going to do my best. I kept telling myself during the test, when I had those moments of doubt, I'm going to pass. And that's what I encourage everyone to do. Study, prepare as much as you can. Do your best. Just start. Start somewhere. Start research. If you don't have any idea of what certification would even be relevant in your industry, start looking, start researching, start talking to people. Use the little computer that you're probably looking at my video on, which is your phone right now. Use that as a tool in order to get the information you need, so that you can have your own story of acing a test, studying and doing your best, and boosting your confidence and becoming the best candidate or the best employee you can, so you can achieve your goal. And remember, start where you are, even if you mess up.